What's up, everybody? This is Dan Gazaway, your mental performance coach. Today I want to talk to you about one of the most important mental performance skills in all of sports, and that is being where your feet are. So what does that even mean? Sometimes I talk to my students and they're like, okay, be where my feet are. What does that mean? Your body can be standing on the field, on the court, on the beam, in the batter's box, or on the mound, but your mind can be somewhere completely different. Maybe your mind is stuck on the last mistake. Maybe you're replaying the strikeout, the missed shot, the error, the turnover, the bad routine that you just did, and you feel horrible about yourself. Or maybe your mind is racing ahead. What if I fail? What if coach pulls me out? What if I mess this up right now? What if we lose? All those things can come to our mind, and when your mind leaves the present moment, your performance usually goes with it. So, elite athletes understand that. Their best performances happen in the present moment. So I want you to remember that. Not in the past, not the future, but right now. So, one of my favorite quotes comes from Kobe Bryant, who said, "The only thing that I can control is this moment." Now think about that for a second. Not the scoreboard. He's not talking about the crowd. He's not talking about the last play that just happened, not tomorrow. Just this moment right here, right now. And that mindset changes everything. So how do we train that? First, we have to get grounded physically. I want you to literally feel your feet in the ground. Feel your cleats. Feel your shoes. Feel your breath moving in and out of your chest. And that sounds simple, but it immediately pulls your brain back to the present, because pressure usually lives in the future. Pressure lives in the future, regret usually lives in the past, and confidence is built in the present moment. So Derek Jeter always talks about this, having a short-term memory, turning the page and quickly forgetting about the failures so you can move on and do your best to not make the same mistake again. And honestly, that applies to every single athlete. You can't carry the last play into the next one. We talk about this all the time in mental performance. The athletes who perform best, they are not the perfect athletes, right? They are the athletes who reset the fastest. That's mental toughness, okay? So when your thoughts drift, and they will drift, I don't want you to panic. Just what we want you to do is just notice it. Notice that your thoughts are drifting off, because again, they will. And then bring your attention back to your breath, back to your assignment, back to your role as an athlete, back to this moment right here, right now. And one thing I tell athletes all the time is this: your focus is like a muscle. The more you train bringing it back, the stronger it gets. Now, Tom Brady talked often about staying locked in the present play instead of emotional swings during games, because a lot of times athletes, they do have those emotional swings. He said, the only thing that matters is this play. Now, as simple as that is, that's elite thinking. That is really the only thing that matters right now, not what if we lose? Those questions often come to mind. What if we lose right now? Not, I hope I don't mess up. Just, what's my job right now? That question is powerful for athletes. You may ask yourself that during competition. What does this moment require from me right here, right now? It's not the whole game. It's not the entire season. It's just this moment, because great performances are stacked one focused moment at a time. And I want the parents and coaches listening to this, that matters for you too. Sometimes we accidentally, we're pulling athletes out of the present by constantly talking about outcomes. We talk about the process all the time, but we're talking about the outcomes, wanting them to get out of that. We talk about scholarships, stats, starting positions, winning, future success. But pressure increases when athletes, they feel like every moment defines who they are. The best thing that we can teach athletes is to compete freely, to stay present, to trust their preparation, And I think that's one of the most important things. Michael Jordan once said, "I never lost a game. I just ran out of time." What I love about what he said is it reflects emotional control and presence, which we all know Michael Jordan had. He lived in the present moment. Great athletes don't emotionally collapse in hard moments. They stay engaged, they stay focused, and they stay present. So here's my challenge today. So at practice, at training, at competition, catch yourself when your mind drifts. Again, it's going to do that. When it does, come back to these simple reminders. My feet are here. My breath is here. My focus is here. The past play is over. Win this play right here, right now. That should be your mantra. Win this play. So athletes, be where your feet are. And if you're ready to strengthen your confidence, your focus, emotional control, and mental toughness under pressure, visit dangazaway.com and let's start training the most important part of your game, your mind.